Hello, gay people in my phone. My name is Nia, also known as @BitNia. I'm here at M&N Studios in Manhattan, and this is the Glass Closet. This is the very first episode of Glass Closet. Thanks for being here, and thank you for being here. This is Nussy Andrews, musician, Instagram model, artist extraordinaire, friend of 10 years. Please.
Hello. Instagram model.
Instagram model, I've decided.
Okay.
I just came up with that one.
I'll put it out there.
I feel like you are an Instagram model. Do you not think that?
What is that? What is that?
True.
I don't know. I'll do it though. If it pays, I'll do it. It doesn't, then well.
It's thankless work, but I think you do a lot for the community. You bring a lot of finspo. Can we talk about the look? First of all, we're matching.
We are we didn't plan this.
We're giving gay news.
But now you need to have everyone you have on the show needs to wear business casual.
I really think so. I think we're starting a trend.
Okay.
I want to talk about our lore.
Oof, how do we even, oh my goodness, talk about our lore.
Our lore. I don't know.
High school.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Friendliness.
Okay, yeah, we've been friends since we were 13, 14.
Like a decade of friendship at this point, right?
Decade of friendship. This is our 10-year anniversary.
Oh my God, we should have a party.
Do you know when we met? I don't know if you were, but to my knowledge, we were both like straight people when we met each other as little children.
I guess.
Well, actually, that might not be true because I did come out as bisexual.
I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know what I was doing.
In 7th grade. I was under, you know, I used to like really defend. Like people were like, "Is Nussy?" And I was like, "No." You told me. I was not gonna like speculate. So
well, I mean, I am into women. I'm trans. I was a twink, so you know.
But I was like, that's my straight bestie.
I was confused. I was just as confused as everyone. People would be like, "Are you?" I was like,
literally,
maybe like that would track, but probably not.
Yeah.
I think it kind of tracks for us though. Like if I showed us to us at that age, I could probably have predicted it.
You think so?
I'd be like, "You're alive," first and foremost. I mean, I'd have questions, but I think I'd be like, yeah. I do feel like I am the person today that I would think is cool as a kid, which is good.
Yeah, I feel that way about myself too.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool. I do think that, like, we were do you remember, like, the freshman year? Like, we were really, like, mentally ill. Like, we bonded.
Oh, freshman year?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Like, we were just like, guys, like, wait, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And, like, seeing now, I'm like, yeah, if I could talk to those little children, like, they saw us. If they saw this, I feel like they'd be like, whoa.
What would you say to yourself? Like, what's, like, if you could tell you what sentence, like?
Oh my God, girl, like, it's gonna be so bad, but it will actually get better, girl. And you slay, boots.
That's a good one.
I've been on, like, my self-love journey recently, and I feel like there's been so many lows, and I just hit my, like, you know what?
Yes.
I'm actually not a bad person.
No, you're great.
And I think it's okay.
I would tell you if you were. That's why we're friends.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
What would you tell yourself?
I'd say you're the problem.
Help.
You think it's everyone, it's you. Figure it out. That's what I'd say.
And did. Like, look at you. Just released your album.
I did. Last year at this
September.
point. Oh my God. Time is crazy. Yeah. A couple months ago. Yep, I released it in September.
You want to talk about music?
Sure. It's something I do.
On occasion.
On occasion. I know I worked on that album for 3 years. Did it at Flux Studios in East Village. I'm very grateful to work with them. Thank you, Grant. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Bosch. Thank you, Christian. I'm proud of it.
I loved it.
I don't know where to say.
I have things to say.
Okay.
Nothing. Literally not Wicked, not Inside Out, not Inside Out 2. No piece of media can make me fall to my knees and bawl like your music. Like truly. Like I can't listen to it in public.
I showed it to you in public and it like kind of sent us both into a depression.
Yeah, but it's just like it's because I know you so well, but also it's just like beautiful music. But I'm like, God, I know what that line's about. And I'm like, gosh.
Yeah, you get the backstory. Most people don't.
It's really everyone stream Venus Baby.
Yeah, Venus Baby and Nussy and Google.
Google, please.
Google.
Okay, now I think we've done love. Now we can do hate.
Hate. Ready.
Can we go to the first slide? I'm so excited for this. I feel like this is gonna...
I'm being jump scared, by the way. I was not prepped on any of this.
I don't even know if I'm prepped on this. I keep thinking about this discourse, and like all I keep thinking is, I'm just pissed. Actually, I don't even have anything
to say. She's spilled. What's wrong with this?
Okay, right?
What's the discourse? Everyone knows this is true.
So this says, when a gay guy thinks he can be rude just because he's gay, right? That's to the audio listeners. And...
True.
I think that's so self-explanatory. But then can we go to the next slide? This tweet goes viral that's like responding to her TikTok and saying, this is a blanket for homophobia. The comments are even more gross. So here's my thing. The comments were gross. The comments on that girl's TikTok were homophobic to gay men. People are saying slurs. They're like trying to kiki down, and it's not cute or cool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, then this specific House of Me, I have words for them. Like, I have words for them, like, because they were really doing the most in the replies and being like, what's so confusing? Like, y'all love to act like, you don't understand that, trying to do like ignoring the fact that male privilege exists. Like, just ignoring the fact that, like, yeah, two lanes of marginality can exist at the same time and not be mutually exclusive. And it's like, you can be gay and you can experience homophobia, but you also can perpetuate misogyny. But everyone was shocked by this information.
I feel like everyone just like has this issue with marginalized people where they don't want them to be anything but like their marginalized identity. You can be a gay guy and still suck, and like guess what? Like that's the best of being human. There's a lot of you, and like there's also a lot of straight people who also suck. And like I feel like people do that. Like they use their own identity to like cloud their own
ability to perpetuate harm,
which I've done too.
Oh,
like,
yeah, same.
Like, and that's not a cute look. Like, you gotta quit it. And when you kind of realize that you're the problem, you're more likable. Yeah,
I just don't understand what the blockage is on both sides for women. And I think it's nuanced and different if we're talking about queer women versus straight women. But like for women to acknowledge that, yeah, you can't just like call your gay friend the F slur. Like, you can't just say that. And then for like gay men to realize, no, you can't, like.
See, okay, here's where I'm gonna get really.
Okay, twist it up.
I don't know, maybe what. I feel like context. Like, genuinely context. Like, there are situations where certain, like, words that normally I would want to hear from a stranger on the street if I'm in community with someone and like they're in the community and not even in the community that can use that like word and they use it at me, I don't really get too upset by it. It's more like
personal preference.
But you got to check in with your people.
Absolutely.
You know
I just mean like in the comments of a random TikTok.
I've had cis people call me like doesn't hurt. Like
it's just rapport.
It's rapport. It's funny. Or not, maybe they haven't called me it, but they've said it. And like, even just saying that, I'm sure, like if you said like a cis person called me a you post that on Twitter, people are gonna be fucking upset. If you looked at the context of the situation, it's like we're at a dinner party and we're joking and laughing and everyone's having fun. Where's the harm? And if I was upset and I told them, they would have been like, sorry, and boom. Like it's.
Yeah, but I think it is I agree to an extent, but I also think it is slippery because there's people who get too comfortable with comfort. In my opinion, because what I'm thinking about, and I actually wanted to talk to you about like different inter-community lingo and whatnot, but this is kind of different. Like I'm thinking of when I hear a bi-femme, love you guys, say and I mean like it depends. Like I really do. I'm not the most like gatekeepy, like don't like stop person in the world, but it's not even a thing where I'm like, this is harm, this is violence. I'm just like, can you like relax a little? Like sometimes it feels like, and it really does depend on context. It depends on like how I know you engage with the community, how I know you engage with me, how you feel about me, how you see me, where we are, then it's like.
I mean, as a bi-femme who literally used that word yesterday, which might get me canceled, whatever, I was with a gaggle of lesbians talking about gay shit, and I'm gonna talk about dyke shit if I'm in that context.
Exactly. But that's like, cause I just think I get scared to say certain things just because I know some people can't read the room. So I'm like, but then there are people who can read the room.
I mean, it's like, okay, it's like anything you say, and this is true for anything, there's going to be consequences, and before you say it, you need to understand those consequences, and if you aren't capable of accepting what they could be, do not say it.
That's such a good take.
Like, it's really that simple. And if the consequence is harm, you need to be thoughtful of that too. So like, in that gaggle of lesbians who were safe and that I've known for years and that I love, like, I can understand that the consequence of that, probably the amount of harm I would cause by saying that word is like zero to none. So like, it's okay. But like, if I were with like people I didn't know, who maybe didn't even know that I was like bi or whatever, or didn't know that, like thought I was like a straight cis girl, like I wouldn't maybe throw that word out there because the consequence of that would be potentially greater,
That's such a good way to put it, like the intersection of kind of like intention and also it's kind of like impact and intention and like that's like a really good way to put it. It's just because I do think what really gets me about it more than anything is that I'm not the maddest that you said anything so or so or so, or not you, but just in general that someone says A, B, or C, but how do you react to it? And I feel like that's kind of even what happened here in a way, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just like, yeah, you can say women can be homophobic, women can say gay men can be misogynistic, and we can just say that and that can all be true, but then it's after where we're trying to oppression Olympics and be like, no, we're only catty because y'all are catty, and it's like, it just becomes unproductive, instead of us all just sitting with like the fact that we can do harm. And like, if people express to you that like that was harmful, you don't have to be like, but you can just be like, true.
Yeah.
You can just receive that. You don't even have to take it in. It can just be what it is, or you can apologize. Like, just, I feel like we've lost the plot in terms of being productive.
I'm not even a fan of apologizing in that situation.
Yeah.
I'm more of a fan of like saying, wow, I wish I hadn't said that. That was really harmful. Like, acknowledging that, because what does I'm sorry even really mean?
That's so true.
You know what I mean?
Like, I just feel like the defensiveness always comes out once you get to the point where someone's offended, and when it could just be like, oh, I don't know, what do I mean? Like, the awareness of like going into, before you say the hot thing, just knowing it could be hot.
Yeah,
and not running from that and not getting defense, just
like,
letting it live.
There's some things I could say, but I'm clearly aware that like the harm it would cause or like the heat that it would bring me is far greater than any need I would have to ever say it. So why would I ever say it? You know what I mean? Like, so I wouldn't. And it's, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like context,
friendship, rapport. I don't know. I also just think people should be more ready to take heat. I felt like House of Knee wasn't ready to take heat. I was in his replies. So I wasn't even saying Nazi shit, honestly. I was saying some really astute shit that he was deleting his replies to me because I was eating him up.
I think I'm pretty good at that, getting canceled. I think I'm pretty good
You're good at getting canceled?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I get canceled, but I don't think, I mean, I guess people have been mad at me on the internet before, but like, I'm kind of good at like, not taking it too personally, being like, all right, that's fair enough. Yeah. I hurt someone, that sucks. I really wish I hadn't done that. Let me not do that next time. And like, that's really it. And that's your entire job. And then you kind of just gotta move on. And like, that sucks, but like, it's not really about you at the end of the day. Yeah, that's the interesting thing about this type of work, I feel like, is that, especially this type of space, you know, the type of online space that we inhibit, where it's like moments of personal growth or something that like you can just be criticized for. In real life, I could be like, Nussy, A, B, or C was this, and you can be like, real. Yeah, and sometimes I have. And you have.
But then it becomes like your brand, like you're known for doing that, like one thing.
Yeah, no, and then you double down and you become the canceled person, and you talk about how difficult it is for you because you're so canceled, like.
What do you get criticized the most for online?
I said something about polyamory people didn't like a couple years back, which I did think of the consequences for it, and to be fair, I did say it very reactively due to some personal issues I was having with.
Was something going on?
Yes. We don't need to go into it.
It happens to the best of us. No, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
We're so brave.
They'll get you. And I said some inflammatory things. I said, I wish poly people were more oppressed than trans people, which I meant at the time to say, these people who've hurt me, I wish they knew what it was like for me. But it really wasn't communicating that, and people got pretty pissed at me. I
mean, do you experience bias towards poly people? Like,
yes. In the sense that I can't date you.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think that's bias.
That is bias.
We can get to the bias preference debate.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess that is a preference, but I won't date you because I've been hurt before.
Oh, you have scars.
I won't date you, and I kind of can't really hear about it, even though I respect it.
Really? I mean,
a little, like, because I got my own shit going on, and it's fully me, and I will be the one to say that I'm the problem in that situation. But I can hang out with you, but I really can't hear about it because
it stresses you out. I'm just curious what
it brings up in me resentment about shit that I've been through that I don't want to project on someone else. So I'd rather talk about other shit. You know what I mean? I'd rather talk about our shared queerness or something else. Like, I don't know.
That's interesting. I think that's fair. It's good to know what you can provide to a dynamic, like, so you don't hurt people, you know? If you know, like, that's lingering under, you just be like...
No, I mean, I could get through it and not hurt them and even hear about it, but it's like...
Yeah, it's
I
just
don't
not
wanna
going
go
to be
back there.
fun.
I don't want to go back there.
I can't hang out
You know,
here in this space.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been with a poly person, I don't think. Yeah. So I don't know how I would navigate that dynamic, but I really love my poly friends in the sense that I love being friends with people in relationships who are like, I'm so in love and like my partner and I'm like, you guys are so cute and I'm gonna take a picture. But then we go to the club and we're like, that bitch is so bad.
See, that sounds fun, yeah.
It's fun.
Well, no, there's parts of it I do enjoy. Again, I just had like two really big negative experiences with it that like peeled back some of the layers of the. I honestly am gonna say it's not even poly people. It's just Bushwick poly people.
I was gonna ask because I'm like, who are you talking to? Because it sounds like
people.
A type of person more than a dating
Brooklyn
model.
It's Brooklyn.
Yeah, because the people I know, because I know what you're talking about, like the type of poly people who I feel like can be a little more disruptive, a little bit more. There's certain things that are being.
They all want a trans girl in the rotation to treat like shit. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh wow.
It's true, and like. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm sorry. And like, you know, that's how I feel.
That's fair. That's really fair.
Okay, all is strong there. A lot of them do. A lot of men want that, and I don't really want to hear about a poly boyfriend because I'm thinking in the back of my head about some poor doll. And like, same way I don't want to hear about like a chaser. You know, like your boyfriend. I don't hear about your chaser boyfriend. I don't want to hear about it. You know, it's like I've been there. It's dark. I know.
See, I feel like we're thinking of different people, and I feel like we just hit a medium where I'm like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, now you get what I'm talking about, where it's like the fetishization.
Yes.
I don't know.
Like poly kind of being used as a tool to functionally maybe.
Kink in general being used. Like, honestly, it's not even just poly. It's kink in general. I have this thing where I don't want to hear about it. Like, too much fucking.
Yeah, layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to hear about it.
I feel like when it's.
I'll hang out, but I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. I get what you mean. It's hard to find. I think because those spaces, especially those types of queer spaces, are so heavily. There's lots of language and they safe spaces and BIPOC and so many buzzwords that I honestly see those types of spaces get harmful. Like, not to keep bringing up harm, like, but because we have all this language, like, it really covers the fact that sometimes people don't move correctly, like, in those spaces at all. I saw a karaoke night get shut down. Like, it's just like, there were too many polycules. Like,
I do want to say really quickly, I am the problem here, and I know that, and like, I'm not saying this to say that there's anything wrong with being poly. There is not. Live your life, love who you love, do your thing. I have my own issues with history that caused
all of this is in context.
And I'm aware as it's happening that I'm the one that is the source of the pain. There's not actually a problem. It's historical, you know?
Yeah, I have that with many things.
If it's hysterical, it's historical.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm even like, poly people aren't valid or throw them in jail, like nothing like that. Like,
yeah.
I have a lot of love for people in general. It's just, I gotta work through that wound first before I can really party with the poly people, I think.
And I feel that in a lot of ways, just in the types, just in general, maybe with the types of people I've met in New York and feeling like, I'm gonna love y'all from a distance, you know?
Yeah, but people canceled the shit out of me for that. And I was like, a little bit. And I was like reading stuff, and again, I was like, yeah, this is probably, I'm the problem, I'm like, and it's true. Like, you know, I don't need to go, I guess I'm doing it right now, broadcasting my my emotions that are like unjustified. Normalize unjustified emotions. Like
I
feeling
agree.
something that you don't necessarily agree with, but still feeling it and like kind of like
working through it, talking through it, leaving space for it.
I didn't need to broadcast those in such a unprocessed manner, maybe.
I get what you mean. Can we hold space for Nussy, y'all? Is that all right? Is that legal? Is it legal to hold space for unprocessed emotions? I'm holding space for you. But I feel really similarly with my cancellation story.
Oh yeah, you were canceled because of me, right?
Huh? Oh yeah. I mean, I got canceled because of me. It was just serendipitous that we had just posted a thirst trap together. But I mean, I was doing laptop list, as I do, slideshow of celebrities, lesbian, PR couples that I was putting together. And it was a lot of interracial it was all like interracial dynamics and like swirl.
Yeah.
TikTok was eating it up. Twitter hated me bad.
Oof.
Twitter said that I was fucking white girls with tapestries above their bed that smell like pennies.
Don't at me.
Which I wasn't doing anything. I was very single. I was very much so in my self-healing era. But the week prior, me and Nussy hung out, and you were fully in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's make a thirst trap. So we posted a video of us kissing. And they weren't talking about you, by the way.
I know.
Saying the tapestry above the bed.
No,
but they just were looking at me and my, oh my God.
People thought we were dating. And,
yeah, but I was also just, they were coming from my hair. I was wearing this wig. Like, they were just like,
God.
this girl looks like she fucks white people. I was like, wait. It was really bad for me. But it's the same kind of thing where you were saying, where it was like, I took that and I was like, yeah, there's probably something here. There's probably something to therapize. There's something to pathologize. Would it be nicer maybe hearing it from a close personal friend? Sure, but you know what? This is fair. But it was one of those things where I was like, oh, I'm not even really getting canceled. Y'all just don't like me. Like, that's fine. Yeah. You know, like I'd rather, I guess, like.
I think it's really only being canceled when you are the person being canceled and you label it that. Like,
yeah, I guess so.
Like, people don't go, she's canceled, like they used to, but now it seems like it's less about an actual event happening and more about someone's reaction to it, where it's like, if you're receptive and you're like, all right, how can I like take this offline and maybe reflect on it with someone I trust, then it's not being canceled, it's like being called into a conversation. If it's like, doubling down and being defensive and like engaging and making everything, escalating so much conflict to the point where it's not even real, like discourse anymore, or like.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't feel like it was discourse. Like, I feel like whatever went with you and like that is a conversation to be had. And on both sides of it, we're being held accountable for saying things that people don't agree with. But like, I felt like there was, and maybe that's what it is. Like, there's nothing productive here. Like, there's just like, I don't know, like, what's the word? There's just like
nothing
anger,
comes out of it.
Sadness.
There's no product.
But I also get it, because I feel like if I was a black lesbian, if I was a black lesbian, I would have probably thought the same thing, because it's like the culture, like obviously it was a result of conditioning from the culture. I've been conditioned by that same culture. People are going to have a negative reaction for me as a black lesbian perpetuating that same racist culture, you know what I mean? So it's like, I can't even really knock it. I don't think y'all are wrong. It's just like, damn, I ain't even mean it like that. Don't beat me up. Please don't beat me up. I'm in therapy, I swear.
I know. You called me, I remember.
Yeah,
because I was like,
they're coming for us.
Yeah. No, I got no heat.
You got no heat?
Which doesn't feel fair that like no one.
Oh, well, I put the video. Well, I mean, they're gonna cancel you for dating black girls, like, and you weren't.
That's true, but like, but it is so kind of weird that they were so mad at you, and then. I mean, for a assumed relationship, and then, because in that situation, wouldn't it be the white person also somewhat involved? Like,
I mean, no, because really the whole issue, like the feeling that prompted people to be so upset with me was that I am a black woman, and they felt that it was a sense of betrayal, really, which I understand.
Oh, got it. Okay, that makes sense.
You know, like, it wasn't white lesbians mad at me. Like, it was specifically black lesbians who were like, you put, like, you know, Amanda Stenberg with Hunter Schafer, you know, and I'm like, that's fair, you know? Yeah. I really see where you're coming from. I stand by it. Let me say.
They would be cute.
They would be cute.
They would be cute.
Nobody could say that the couples didn't make sense, though. Like, I was coming at it from a real, you know what? I can't. I'm sorry, America. Anyway.
Should we go tomorrow?
I want to talk about, I have some juicy shit, actually.
We spent a long time on that one.
I know, we just really got into some discourse.
I want to do a polyamory rant. I'm sorry.
Like, can we do something fun and nice?
Also, I may disagree with myself tomorrow, so you can get angry at me, and I might be on Twitter like, you fucking, you know.
I agree, same. I might.
We'll see.
Retract a lot of what I just said. Oh, I want to talk about Mr. Beast. Oh, wait, also, can we go back to the logo? We've had no more discourse. But I want to talk about Mr. Beast.
Who's Mr. Beast?
This is what we're talking about when we're on two different sides of the gay internet.
We really are.
You don't know who Mr. Beast. I mean, Mr. Beast is not the gay internet. He's like, I'm on the gay internet that criticizes Mr. Beast. But Mr. Beast, I would say,
saying his name like he's a teacher. What does he do? Who is this person? Like,
He's a YouTuber.
does he turn into animals? Is he a superhero? Like, is this an Avenger? I don't know what the fuck's happening. Like,
He's a huge YouTuber, like millions of subscribers, and he does these like pretty much challenges on YouTube where it'll be like locking 2 people underground for 100 days so they can win $1 million, like that type of thing.
Squid Game.
Like exactly, like very Squid, but on YouTube, right? He does all these videos. He'll have like he has props, like costumes for these people. Like he'll get 100 people in a room and like make them vote each other out in like a big. It's insane. Like just these insane high production like challenges for people to win mass amounts of money. It's crazy. And he's just like this cheeky. I want to pull up a photo of this man. He's this cheeky white guy who just like is so unassuming and just so like he just he just looks like just some fucking guy.
Oh my God.
Like literally just like
I would swipe left on Hinge.
like anyway, but he's super rich, right? And so they give him an Amazon Prime show. It's basic and oh my God. One,
Give me a show. What the fuck?
One, it's completely a total rip-off of Squid Game. It is a rip-off of Squid Game. They copy pretty much all of the challenges. It's insane. But they're giving away a $1.8 million island. They're giving away $5 million cash prize, which is the biggest reality TV prize, I think, in history. And it's like, and there's 900 contestants at the start, like 1,000 contestants or something, and they give away like $50,000 just to eliminate yourself, like at the beginning. Like it's really psychological, strategy, and luck. But here's my thing. It's also sponsored down, AT&T, like
Whoa.
down. So much money went into the show, and I know.
How did I not know about this?
It's such a different part of the internet.
That was happening.
I didn't know that was happening.
That's really powerful.
But it's just, one, I know the production was really messed up on the low. There were some articles about it.
Whoa.
That like, the production of the show, very much lawsuit, very much not ethical vibes. And I just think like, especially with the Squid Game show that came out, and now this, I'm like, one, I think it's an odd thing for the culture to do, which people have already spoken on, to like have these really psychological, ethically gray kind of humiliation competitions just so people can have like money to live, to like change their circumstances. And then this cheeky little white man is like, you know, I love helping people. You know, I just love to help. I'm like, you're a sadist. Like, you're a sadist. That's what he is. Like, people be crying. They're like, I was going to pay off my house. Like, I can't believe I got eliminated on a coin toss. And he's like, yeah. Okay, but congratulations to number 472. Like, it's just like so dystopian.
Insane.
It's so dystopian.
I mean, it's kind of the logical next step, though, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, Squid Game is gonna be real.
Squid Game is real. That's what this is the next step. Like making these reality shows, Squid Game is now real.
Did you hear about that one reality show? I just watched a documentary about this dude.
Oh my God.
He was like
in Japan.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had to live off of the
just magazine
giveaways.
For like, how long? Like a year?
A year. That is crazy. Like
Absolutely
I would go.
Insane. Absolutely insane. He had to live off like only things you could win from a magazine, right?
Every day he just like sent out letters to magazines to
and
like
he
win
didn't
stuff.
know he was being recorded, right?
No, he did.
But he didn't know.
He didn't know the whole world was watching.
Oh, right. And then one day it just drops, and everyone's like around him cheering.
Yeah, that's so traumatizing.
I mean, I could write a dissertation. I just wouldn't even know where to start.
It's crazy.
Like, the idea, like what the fascination with like, I think the thing that gets me with the Mr. Beast thing, because I'm also like the fascination with watching people do like something kind of like it's kind of masochistic, but also that same urge we all have for the idea of levity, the idea of like doing one thing and being able to change our lives completely. Like it's so rooted in I think the class struggle that we're seeing right now. Class consciousness being like
I
so
think
up.
it's good in a weird way.
I agree.
Because it really pulls back the whole mask that it's like, yeah, it really is a coin toss if you end up rich or if you end up like being poor for the rest of your life.
Literally, it's
like it really is a matter of extreme immorality and circumstance. That's really what it comes down to.
Yes.
And like you cannot be a billionaire maybe you will be on like these very, very slim odds, but you probably won't be. Start doing things about it. Not to call to violence, but
Not to call to violence.
I'm not going to say his name.
We love peace.
He's friends with Mario.
He's friends.
He's done some great
even.
things.
Like I can't not see the parallels there between like, I don't know.
I mean, I was just talking about this yesterday. I'm not happy about Trump being elected, obviously, but if I have to find like some form of joy in it whatsoever, I'm like, I think what happened with the CEO and my man, what happened there wasn't the most like unified any political part. Like, I've never felt more unified.
Yeah, as the working class.
Yes.
Yes.
Before in my life.
Yeah.
Like, right. Everyone was like, yeah. Like,
even Ben Shapiro's fans were like, brother, wake it
yeah.
up. Yeah.
And like, these fires are happening now, and like insurance companies are like pulling people's like fire cover. It's like so dystopian, and like I really do see things getting worse. And I hope that in that there's some form of like rebellion that like starts to kind of like stir up. I don't know what it'll look like. If it'll look more like that type of behavior, which I don't condone. Don't take me away, please. But
yeah.
Gotta do.
I think it's interesting because America is built on division, that I'm like, is the fact that we even had one thing that a lot of people agreed on different sides of the aisle. Like, I wonder what any type of solidarity could look like in America.
Well, what I want to say to Democrats is, look how much people fucking showed up for this literal dude who shot a United Healthcare insurance CEO. Imagine if you ran on a platform that was like, fuck insurance companies. What would then happen? Look how united everyone was.
Yeah, true.
Maybe you wouldn't have fucking lost.
But that's not how it works, though.
I know,
because
they're
the
not going
politicians
to,
work
but
for the 1%, you know? Like,
but maybe you wouldn't have lost. Maybe like.
But they don't care. Like, they care about money.
No, they're stupid.
Nobody's looking out for us. Nobody's looking out for us but us. That's what this year is teaching me.
And Luigi. 2028 president.
Oh my gosh, we can really only hope.
Yeah.
All that to say, I just think it's funny to know like all of this different, just the unrest, the like silent unrest that's happening in this country, and then I have to look at Mr. Beast's smiling face as he denies a woman who needs like a home.
Well, no, what I'm saying is
Money.
I would not be surprised if violence broke out because of something like that, like very soon. It seems like the logical next thing to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, which isn't us advocating for it. Like, we're just like paying attention.
No,
Your
I'm not
Honor.
advocating for anything. I don't believe in anything.
Never thought anything, Your Honor.
Yeah, I've never had a single thought in my life. Please.
No.
I'm just a pair of legs in a suit.
2 trench coats.
Yeah, literally.
Speaking of trench coats, this was something I didn't even know I was gonna bring up. Can we get the meme with the long text and the trench coat? Have you seen this?
Oh, but trench coat buttoned all the way to the top. Big ass forehead, ballerina ass slippers.
This was one of the, you know who Lily Rose Depp is? Because I'm trying to find.
I forget she's gay every single time.
I didn't, yeah. No,
she doesn't read.
I mean, we all were just like, we just found out. Like, everyone just found out. Like, nobody knew. But I felt like she existed in our circle of celebrities that we would both know, because we're on such different sides of the gay.
I like Nosferatu.
I haven't seen Nosferatu.
It's good.
I love her from The Idol.
You like The Idol?
No, I fucking hated The Idol.
Oh my God.
She ate. She was actually her and Jenny, I watched for Jenny. I don't even listen to K-pop. I just think that bitch is bad as fuck.
There were so many people on that show I like.
And Rachel Sennett. Rachel Sennett.
Hari Neff. Fucking,
yeah,
who else was on that show?
Troye Sivan.
Troye Sivan?
Oh,
everyone was great in
except
their
The Weeknd.
part, and then none of them connected.
None of it made sense.
The worst part of that show is
The Weeknd.
Sam Levinson.
Yeah.
Like, he undermined every good thing that was going on in that show.
Yes,
honestly.
absolutely. I could, and I have notes on him, but we'll wait till Euphoria season 3 comes out, because I have
it's
notes
not coming out.
You don't think it's coming out?
No.
Why? They just greenlit it.
Okay. But when was it supposed to come out? Like fucking 2024? I'll believe it when I see it.
That's so true.
I'm on the side of it's never coming out, and it maybe shouldn't.
Yeah, it probably shouldn't, honestly. I think Sam Levinson needs, like, a long trip. And maybe a class on writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, like, me. I'll write it.
Needs you.
Like,
Oh, you should write it. You would write the fuck out of Euphoria season 3, actually.
I rewrote season 2 for my friend the other day at a party. They were like, well, how would you have done it? And I was like, this, and this. And they were like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, because season 2 he always makes such good bones, and then they don't make sense.
There's no meat on them.
There's literally nothing on them.
It's bones.
Yes. And we're starving. We're tuned in every week at 9, and we're like, oh, the
It's
plate
bone
is
broth
empty.
for dinner. We're fucking Gwyneth Paltrow up in here.
Bone broth for
Like, come on, we need some solid food,
We need some
sir.
sustenance. Like, oh my god.
A lot of pretty shots, no solid food.
Exactly. Nonetheless, I did think Lily Rose Depp was good. I think she can. I'm gonna watch Nosferatu.
It's good.
Nonetheless,
I love her and I love this. I
am obsessed with them.
think people aren't reading this affectionately like they should.
Yeah. It's a love letter, really.
Trench coat, button to the top, ballerina slipper. Like
What's
it's
going
love.
on?
If you're from New York, you get it. This is love.
This is a love letter, really. I really want to see them. Ballerina slippers, like, it's so important to me. They should put this in the Louvre. I don't know.
Is she coked out or what?
Like, we just don't know. I hope they're so well. But I love it when, like, one of those girlies you just wouldn't think would be, like, fruity. It's just
Yeah,
like,
she's
this
so
is my
gay.
lesbian boyfriend, by the way. Political, life-changing,
Oh,
like,
it's so hot when she called her boyfriend.
I was like, wow, guys. And everyone on Twitter was like, we don't know what's going on. Like, what? Gay people. And a lot of us, like, I'm on the side of Twitter that's like Butch Femme Twitter.
Yeah.
It was a really beautiful day to be on Butch Femme Twitter. People were cheering, people were throwing parades, like, everyone
When
was
did
like,
they start
finally.
dating?
I think it's been like over a year. I think they were
Whoa.
together while she was shooting The Idol, but I actually have no idea.
Good for them. Drawing on this couch, I'm sorry.
I feel like, yeah, I need to hold on also. Like, let's self-soothe, actually.
Yeah, I'm like drawing like smiley faces, trying to like calm myself.
Yeah, it's kind of heated.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, should we...
The world is ending. Like,
was
it's
gonna
so
say,
cold in New York. It's so hot in
Yeah.
LA. Like, we're
Exactly.
literally,
I was like, should we end on a note of positivity? It's like, the world's ending.
well, the world's ending.
Yeah.
Do
and-
some things that you've
Yeah.
always wanted to do. There's still time.
Yeah.
Go to Disneyland or I don't know.
Go to Disney. I don't know if it's go to Disneyland.
Do something.
Yeah. Talk about it at least. I think I'm a huge advocate for not disengaging. Just pay
Yeah.
attention. Come up with your own thoughts. Be a free thinker.
I mean, you can be anything these days.
True story.
You can even be president. They're clearly giving it to anyone.
anyone.
Literally anyone.
It's all possible.
Like, so grab the world. Grab the world.
Grab the world by the hand and take it with you.
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna, I can't wait to read the comments on this one. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I probably agree with you if you're angry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry.
That's what I said
wanted to-
before this. I was like, I need to say,
Sorry.
like, I might disagree with everything I say by
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Take
so.
all of this with a grain of salt. But also follow us. I'm at Bitnia.
I'm Nussy Andrews.
Stream her music.
Google.
Watch my TikToks if TikTok is not banned. I'm so scared. And thanks again to Eminem for the lights, the camera, and the action. This was the very first episode of Glass Closet, and I hope it wasn't that polarizing. It really might have been. See you next week, maybe.